Hello there, welcome to part 6 session of end-to-end implementation of WordPress site setup in Amazon Lightsail with other Amazon services. Now, so far we have completed part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which includes your WordPress instance creation, how to configure Route 53, how to configure the hosted zone, how to add the SSL certificate, and we have also installed the plugin, WordPress plugin, which will store the media in S3 bucket, and our WordPress is able to connect to the Amazon S3 bucket as well. So if you have landed directly on this part 6 session, I will request you to go back to part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sequentially and then come back to this part 6. Then you will get a complete understanding of the end-to-end implementation to launch a website using Amazon services. In this part 6 session, I will be creating CloudFront distribution to publish our site media content faster through content delivery network. So let's proceed. In part 6 session, we have few tasks to do. One is create CloudFront distribution. I will create the origin access identity as well, and we'll show you how to establish CDN. We'll also secure the S3 bucket. If you remember, we created the S3 bucket, but that was public. So we will restrict the public access. We'll make the S3 bucket completely private, and we will use the CDN to publish the media content. And after that, we will do one end-to-end testing. Means we will upload some media files in our WordPress site, and we will see whether it is successfully uploading into our S3 bucket or not. And during fetch, when we are trying to fetch the media file through our website, we will see also that whether it is coming from the S3 or the WordPress server only. Here we have our WordPress instance running. So our task is to create the CloudFront. So let's search for the CloudFront over here. Click on the CloudFront. Create a CloudFront distribution. Okay, before creating the CloudFront distribution, let me check that if I can go to this origin access identities. So let me create one origin access identity over here. So it is by simply just click on this create origin access identity, give a name. So the nomenclature I used to suggest is origin access identity, which is OAI, and your site name, suppose it is brand and market, which we are doing, and that's it. And you click on create. Okay, so from your CloudFront distribution create screen also, you would get one option to create the origin access identity, but I prefer this way because I can put a better nomenclature, better name over here. Okay, so let's go to this distribution, create distribution, put the origin name. Okay, now we have to select the S3 bucket we have created for this demos. So it is WP content AWS TG demo S3. So this is our origin domain, because this CloudFront distribution will take the media contents, static contents from here only. Okay, and we will keep this origin path as it is. Name, it has already populated. Now here it is saying S3 bucket access. Don't use OAI, which is origin access identity, but we want to use that, and we have created that, and that's the reason I created that. If you have not created, just create new, click, and it would create automatically. Okay, now bucket policy, it's saying that update the S3 bucket policy to allow the read access to the OAI. Definitely, if you do this, yes, update bucket policy, so automatically it will update the bucket policy of its own. Otherwise, manually you have to go and update the bucket policy. Okay, so it is always better to select yes. Now we are not adding any header, or definitely not eliminating any origin shell. Okay, and let's scroll down, and we are not selecting or changing anything over here. Let everything as it is. Okay, just scroll down over here and keep it this use all edge locations selected for best performance. That's fine. We don't have any WAF or SEL. Let it be. Now alternate domain name, click over this alternate domain name, because we want that this cloud front distribution should use our CDN, that subdomain which we created. So it is CDN dot, it is brand and market, right? Just for the spelling, I'm just copying it over here. So it is brandandmarket.com, and we have this thing configured in root 53. You have seen in our past sessions that how we created and added the SSL certificate as well. Okay, now this SSL certificate has come into the picture. It is saying optional, but definitely I will suggest you should add the SSL for security as well as better SEO benefit. Now it says associate a certificate from AWS certificate manager. The certificate must be in the US East. Okay, so when I was creating the certificate, I mentioned it over there that SSL certificate or in AWS certificate manager, this service is zone wise or region wise. Okay, so it is not a global service. So you have to select the particular region where you want to create that SSL certificate. And we had our WordPress instance running in US East, as well as our S3 bucket location is also US East. And so it is by default, it should go, the certificate should go to US East. Even you don't have the instance on US East, but you need to create a certificate and add it to the CloudFront distribution, create it under US East 1. Okay, so just add the certificate over here and let it be this recommended configuration as it is showing. Okay, standard logging, I'm not enabling it because until it is your production, when you add this logging, it will ask you to add this location where it should store the log. Okay, for now I am not doing it, but if you are creating this infrastructure, hosting a WordPress website for your client, okay, and it is in production environment, then you should have this. So now click on create distribution. Okay, now it is saying that one or more aliases specified for this distribution includes an incorrectly configured DNS record that points to another CloudFront distribution. You must update the DNS record to correct this program. Let me see what happened over here. Let's go to root 53. Okay, over here, when we created this CDN dot brandandmarket.com, this CNAME over here, it is actually, we had put this CloudFront, this thing name. Okay, let me delete this name and save it as it is, but it is asking for this. So what we basically do is that cancel it and let me delete this record for now. Okay, I have deleted this record. Now I'm going back to CloudFormation, and CloudFormation successfully created. Now I'm again going back to this root 53 and let's see what happened. Okay, so what it is doing, that we have deleted the cdn.brandandmarket, that domain, and the CloudFront distribution has started creating and started deploying. It is showing deployed. So meanwhile, what I should do, that copy this domain name, because this is the domain name I had to put it over here. So click on create, and this is our CDN, this is our CNAME, and this is the CDN, this is the CloudFront distribution, a domain name. Okay, so here I had to put it. Perfect. It has been created. Let's go back to CloudFront and see it is still deploying. Okay, and it is enabled now. So let it deploy completely. Meanwhile, let me take you to the S3 bucket and it will show that it has updated the policy over there. So let me take you to the S3 bucket. It's still public. Definitely we will fix it. We don't have any object over here because we have not tested anything. And in permission we have this open, and you see that it has updated whatever needed from your CloudFront site, and it says enabled. Okay, perfect. Now let's go back to our this WordPress portal. I'm just doing a refresh over here, and what I want that because we have created this CloudFront distribution, so that is the delivery method, because we want to deliver our media content through CloudFront distribution. So that's why it is the delivery part. Provider is Amazon S3. Now we have to change it to CloudFront, which is the fast private media supported. Okay, now save delivery provider. Now set it on that custom domain for the CloudFront, and it is our that CDN thismarket.com. Okay, but we have not enabled the HTTPS, so I am not forcing it to use HTTPS. I will show you once we create the load balancer. Once you are adding a ALB or application load balancer, then the SSL will be applicable for the your complete domain, and then we can force it to HTTPS. But for not now, what I am doing that I definitely like to enable this remove files from server. What it means that when you upload media content through your WordPress portal, definitely it uploads to WordPress server first and then uploads to your S3, and after successful upload I want that it should be deleted from the WordPress server. So the reason is I do not want to create huge load for these static files or media content files in my WordPress server. Okay, so that's why I click it here that remove files from server and click on save changes, and it has saved the changes. Now our configuration is complete for this uploading to S3 and publishing from S3. Now let's go to media library in WordPress. Let me drag and drop a photo over here, and we see that the photo has been uploaded. Now see, the photo has been uploaded, and when I click this photo, you see this file URL, and the file URL starts with cdn.brandandmarket.com. So it has actually uploaded the content in S3 and pulling it from there. So because this, if you copy this whole URL and put it over here, you will be able to see this image which I uploaded in WordPress server, and it is actually fetching from the cdn.brandandmarket.com. The reason is, let's go to our S3. Okay, so in S3, check the object over here, and you see this under this S3 bucket we have this WP content folder created under uploads, and it has uploaded this particular image file. Okay, as I uploaded into the WordPress website server. Now let me explain you that did you notice that there was one URL which was showing earlier at here, which was s3.aws amazon aws.com, and it was saying that it is not SEO friendly. If you have checked our part 4 or part 5 session, I was mentioning there that it was the URL was not SEO friendly. Now, when you have your domain name over here, that cdn.brandandmarket.com, definitely this URL is very much SEO friendly. Okay, so we have uploaded and it is actually getting fetched from CDN. It is not from the server over there. Okay, and how do I check it over there? That's if I go to the library and select that image or the media content, and I get that where is this file URL, means where is this location, and it shows that it is coming from cdn.brandandmarket.com. Okay, so we have already almost all the things done. So we are visiting the website which we created over here. Yeah, I have uploaded the site, uploaded the image, but I have not added that image on this page. So let me try that. How can I add that? So it is my appearance theme and go to the customize. Let's see what happens. Okay, so background image. So let's select the background image. I'm going to the media library and I have this image already uploaded. So what I'm basically showing you that you uploaded one image, the media content basically, and it uploaded to that S3 and fetching by the CloudFront distribution, and we are selecting this image and using in our website. So I just added it over here and just making it like this. I know that it is showing very weird, and keep this repeat background image. Don't, if I don't repeat the background image, how it shows. Okay, so keep the original size, just trying to, okay, what we can do, it is little better. Okay, just publishing over here. It is just to test that how when we are updating that media content, how it is looking like this. Okay, I know that the website which is over here, it is not pretty one. You can upload any pretty website template over here and configure of your own. But have you realized one thing, that whenever I'm just refreshing, that it is how fast it is. It is super fast because of the infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, as well as the site we are using, the default site we are using, it is also very small. If you really put a very heavy site, very heavy website template and into the WordPress, then what happens that we have our instance capacity as 512 RAM, 1 virtual CPU and 20 GB of SSD. Okay, it may not be enough for that heavy website you are putting over there. Okay, but if you are starting with your a very small personal website, or someone has asked you for creating a website for their very small business, and you find that the site is not very big, and for the cost measures it is much easier to start with the most minimum price, because you know that when you go to create an instance, it costs you $3.50 per month. Okay, for this 512 MB of memory, and then processing, storage and transfer. So if you see that you need a better system, okay, and you are ready to pay this $5 a month or $10 a month, $20 a month, $20 a month, see, it is showing that 4 GB of memory, 2 virtual CPU, 80 GB of SSD, 4 GB of transfer. It is much better, and for a very ready to take a big load when you are developing a bigger a system or bigger website for this. Okay, so let's go back here. We're not creating this, and this is where we have tested that how we are able to add our uh, media content in WordPress, and it is transferring into our S3 content. Now what we have done, let's go back once more, because we have one thing left, that we have our S3 bucket still public and we have to make it private. So it's showing block all public access disabled. It is showing over here. So as we have created this CloudFront distribution, we can just simply go to our S3 bucket permission, click on edit, block all public access, and you are good. Just copy it over here and confirm. We are good. We have blocked all public access. Let's go to our website and just refresh. It's still working, right? Because means the image is coming. Even we have made the S3 bucket as private, and let's see our S3 bucket status, and it's showing that only authorized user for this account. Perfect. And it is not public anymore. Go to the properties and see everything fine. Permissions, only authorized users of this account. So far we have completed an end-to-end implementation of installing or launching WordPress website using various AWS services. Thank you for attending this session. If you have any query, please write in the comment box below. And if you are the new in our AWS Tech Guide forum, please visit our AWS YouTube channel. Check our AWS techguide.com website. Check the projects we do, the open source projects and the sponsored projects as well, and check how you can, if you are interested, how you can join us. As well as you can see that I have one course in Udemy which talks about the AWS CI/CD automation for complete reference production ready system, and you will get to know that AWS code commit, create artifactory, ECS rolling update, Amazon EKS lab, the manual approval stage in code pipeline, you can rolling update deployment, how the rolling update deployment works, the blue-green deployment, the ECR, and how you can use the code build to build Docker image and push to ECR, all this kind of things. So I will share this link in the video description. But for now, let's move to our next session. Thank you.